I hope everybody filled out a raffle ticket. Personal U is here today. They sponsored the breakfast. And Tangerine has done some phenomenal products with the West Cypress Hill paw on it. But we are raffling off one of these bags, and you can have it monogrammed like so, with your own initial or your children's initial, or a gift. But we'll be raffling that off when the line gets there. We'll do it a little bit later. But I just want to thank everybody for coming. I want to introduce myself. I am Suzanne Kova. I am the PTO president. This is my second year as a PTO president, my third year on the PTO. And this is my last year. I have a 5th grader and an 8th grader, so I will be leaving West Cypress Hills. Okay, so Angeline, can I get you up here to talk for a second about what you've got over there? She was over there before. Okay.
I could read your mind. Well, hello everybody. This is an awesome crowd. I'm so excited to see everybody want to get involved with West Cypress. I just love it. Is this work? It's so cool and it's so weird not to have a purple shirt on because I love volunteering. And I have volunteered since my little boy was in kindergarten, and now he's middle school, and I have another little one in school, and now we have created and opened our own business that we've had going for a year now. It's called Personal You. And Suzanne and West Cypress has been so kind to allow us to bring in some products and kind of show some of the fun things that we do. We do monogramming, super cute bags, and all kinds of fun stuff. Anything you can think of, from purses to totes to shirts, anything like that. We also do company logos. So no order is too small and no order is too large for us. We actually just ordered 2 more machines. So some of you know us, that's really, really exciting. We're also going to be going into a storefront right on 71. So that will be happening in about a month and a half, 2 months. We're waiting on the fire marshal, so apparently that takes a long time to make things happen. Yeah. He's super tough, but I think my paperwork's sitting on his desk. So anyhow, am I doing raffle or is Suzanne?
I'm behind you. I went to get the microphone. Sorry. Just do raffle in a little bit. I want everybody to kind of get through the line if we have any late strikers.
Awesome, absolutely. So Suzanne will take care of that. We're going to raffle off a fun product, and she'll let you know kind of what's happening there. But thank you all for coming. Volunteers are so important to our kiddos and to our school. Definitely. So Tangela, personally.
Thank you, Tangela. Okay, maybe is this one better? Yeah. Oh, okay, maybe the battery's not going this one. Okay, so I would like to introduce the board to everybody so everybody knows who everybody is for this year. Okay, I already introduced myself. Jessica Walker over here is our vice president, and she also is the volunteer coordinator. So the sign-up genius that she's got out there, homeroom parents and things like that, that is all from Jessica. And she's great. She responds very quickly to your emails. We can all be reached via email, phone, and things like that. So that's Jessica. Barbie Schmidt and Kelly Peters, they're behind the desk. They are membership. So they do teacher appreciation and also be members. And they'll go through their stuff. Leslie Ragland is right here. She is our treasurer. Erica Martin is doing fundraising. And then we've got Christy Duke, who is our co-secretary and communications specialist. She does video there. She does Facebook, Twitter, and the website. And we video the meetings, so if people can't make it, because we understand we're busy. People work, so we put things up on YouTube, which is fabulous. And then Donna Wright is the co-secretary. Donna? Yeah. That is our board. And school cheerleader. She is a school cheerleader. So that is our board for the sheriffs. Okay, so I'm going to hand over unfortunately, Amanda had a meeting, Ms. Crane had a meeting that coincided with this, and actually, is in a training also. Benegate. I will get Benegate. See, Joanne to speak. So anybody that does not know, this is Joy Bryant, our counselor, who we absolutely love, and she loves all our kids like they're her own. She's got 670 children right now, and she takes care of them like they're all individual and they're all hers. So I'm going to turn the microphone over to her.
As one of my GT students put it, who's already like graduating from high school, that I am the childless mother. Isn't that cool? I cried. Okay, so welcome. We have such a good turnout. Way to go. That's awesome. Okay, well, welcome to West Cypress Hills. Raise your hand. Show me if you are new to West Cypress Hills. Let's hear it for the newbies. Make sure you're networking for who the best dentist is, best pediatrician, chiropractor. And yes, there's only 2 Starbucks and they are in BK. Sorry about that. Okay, so we are very blessed to have an assistant principal this year. Melanie Beneke is our assistant principal. She was the counselor at Serene Hills Elementary, and she has her administrative license, and she's also an LPC, so she's a licensed professional counselor as well, which I think is really important as an assistant principal. One of your number one tasks as an assistant principal is managing discipline and behavior. And so she takes a really good therapeutic approach to that. She has been a behavior specialist in the district, and so she understands function of behavior, not just giving kids a consequence because they did something wrong, but to figure out what's behind it, what the why is, what the function, the purpose, the payoff, and really works with parents and teaches parents a lot just about how to manage kids at home and at school. So she's a real blessing to us. So the assistant principal is taking over a lot of my stuff, which, come on, let's be so happy about that. I went to graduate school to be a counselor, that is for sure, and I am living the dream this year. So I am actually going to be able to do that this year. So she is taking over my 504 responsibilities. 504 is a section of the law provided for students with impairments or disabilities that affect their educational opportunities. And so it's not special education, just so you know that. A lot of our 504 kids have a physical or a mental impairment, dyslexia, ADHD, things of that nature. So she's taking that over from me. I'm super happy. Not a tear was shed there. It's a lot of work. But I'm going to miss my parents. So I love those meetings. She is taking RTI. RTI is response to intervention. And that is a mandate that schools have to provide to discuss, monitor, strategize, and work with teachers who have students that are at risk of failure. And so she is managing that entire thing. She's going to be doing all the benchmark testing. She's going to be doing all the bully investigations. She's going to be doing that as well. And she also took over my LPAC responsibilities. So for our English language learners, we have kids here from all different kinds of places that are coming to us with a variety of language backgrounds. So she's going to take over that as well. She's responsible for our safety plan, our safety training, our fire drills. She does teacher evaluations, and that's where she is this morning. She's at T-Test training, which is a new initiative for how we evaluate teacher performance. So she is there. She is also in charge of SSI, which is Student Success Initiative. So those kiddos who are not passing the STAR test, she's the one who's over that to meet with the parents and meet as a committee to decide what do we need to do to give them the supports they need to be successful on that test. She thinks she's going to help me with STAR testing, but I'm too much of a control freak for that. Because you can't touch my stuff. You know, it's STAR testing, like I could go to prison. Okay. And so if it's going to fall on anyone, it's going to fall on me. So yeah, and that's fine if I have to put in a 20-hour day because I know how it's, you know. It's funny because she told her AP at her old school the same thing last year. Our principal was her assistant principal at Serene Hills. And so that assistant principal took over STAR with Melanie's support. And after the first week, she's like, I I need you to quit touching stuff. I want it back. So when I said that, it resonated with her and she laughed, so she gets it. She's also in charge of TELPAS, which is, it's like STAR testing, but it's more language-based for our English language learners. And she's in charge of textbooks. Woohoo! So that's what the assistant principal does. And there's a lot of things on the list that I didn't mention. We're a great team, and we just help where we're needed. Any questions about our assistant principal role and how that's revolutionizing my life? Anyone? Now I get to have a life? No, just kidding. I have a life. I love your kids. Thank you for being here. Any questions? Ms. Prain wanted me to remind you all that our school year is starting, our school day starts earlier and ends later by 5 minutes. So the tardy bell, that means when a child is marked tardy, is 7:40. So we need your kids here, their backpacks put away, sitting at their seat, pencil ready to go at 7:40. And so we're really trying to, show some grace here at the beginning to transition. It's hard just at the beginning of the year just to get out of bed, right? And so, but we're going to be trying to tighten that up. And so please make sure your kiddos are here on time. As a counselor, I know that for a lot of our kids, it's a real struggle for some of our friends to start the day off that way, to start off the day late. It just sets them on a track that's kind of difficult. So remember that. And then our school day now ends at 2:50 instead of 2:45. So it ends at 2:50 instead of 2:45. And on Fridays, we have assemblies in the gym. And so you wear your spirit wear. And parents wear, and parents can come and join us for the assemblies. The teachers will have their spirit wear, and if you haven't purchased it,
I'll go over that later.
she'll go over that later. But the principal and AP are both out, so I've got to go and keep everyone afloat.
Thank you, Joanne.
Thank you.
Okay, the morning bell song. Okay, so I'll answer this. I can answer this one. The morning bell song, okay, so they crashed the bell system with the timing. So when they changed all the times to earlier and then later, or to start earlier, the whole system crashed. We needed something to tell the kids of what time, so they got these bells on, which is just, it sounds almost like a buzzer. No one likes it. We all know no one likes it. It's okay. So they crashed the system, they had to replace the entire system, but we're still under warranty, so it's all good, because the school's only on its 3rd year. So the songs are coming back. She is getting information from the teachers on what songs they're going to rotate them. So it's not going to be the same song all the time. So the songs will be coming back. So don't think she loves music, the principal loves music, she didn't take it away. She crashed the system. And we needed bells, so that's what happens the day before school when you crash the system. You put bell on. Okay. So we'll move on. So last year, the PTO was busy, and I appreciate Tangeline was on the board last year. Yes, still funny. I look back here and say. And then we, Christy Lenneman, who I saw here before, she was on the board. This is what we did last year. So the biggest expense that we had, really the most bang for our buck, was the literacy library. Shannon Bogus is our literacy teacher. We spent $10,000 in getting her new books. This summer, we had a group of high schoolers come in and bar tag them. They're all ready to go. It's a phenomenal literacy library for our kids. So kids can, because you read at all different levels, so now they have more choices. We did not have that last year, so that was one of our big initiatives last year. So we spent $10,000 on that. iPad minis, we got 30 of those. And then the OtterBox cases, Chrome touchbooks, the Chromebooks, we use a lot of those. RAS Kids, social studies. It's amazing, it all adds up to over $46,000 went back to the school. And for all of this, which I know Eric will go more into fundraising, we do this with one major fundraiser a year. That's all we do at this school. We do not want to dollar our parents to death. I feel very strongly about that being a parent. We work smart, not hard, and we try to do activities that include the kids, because really it goes back to the students. We spend very little, and also to the staff, because we did spend $3,500 in staff appreciation. So, and they appreciate it. They get lunches, they get teacher appreciation week. We spend a lot of time loving them. So it's a great thing. So, okay, so the treasurer report. I'm going to bring Christy up here. Christy and my husband did our audit this year. We had to do it in July before school started, and I forced him to do it with her. But we are audited every year, so she's going to give us the findings of the audit.
All right, so Hank and I spent a lovely 3 or 4 hours together in a small room looking at numbers. It was thrilling.
And she's still speaking to me.
Right, my children aren't, but basically our books were looking really good. Thank you to Christy's hard work as treasurer. We were kind of left with the situation where Hank and I looked at each other and said, well, we have to find something to report. Basically, our biggest find was we had this over $2,000 check that had not cleared, but was suspiciously written to the Texas comptroller. So we had to do a little finding of that, and turns out they never cashed it. They never needed it. We found the check. It's voided. It's all good. There's no problem there. We're just going to tweak some of the forms that we use just to add extra security, just to make sure that vendors are giving their 1099 forms. We're going to double check that all of the deposit slips and budget categories are completed on forms that teachers fill out or PTO members. Make sure we have 2 signatures on everything. Most things were fine. A few things were just done last minute. But otherwise, last year we had a tax-free fundraiser and it was not voted on by the board. However, I believe this year we have no tax-free days, so that will even be an
We
issue.
don't have to use them.
Yeah.
We're allowed 2 tax-free days as a PTO a year.
Yeah.
And because we changed the way, the only time we used it last year was for t-shirts, because we're using vendors to do things, we're not funneling the money, we have to use our tax-free days. So it makes it cleaner, and it helps out the treasurers, I think, with our process. But we have them if we need them.
So we have 2 if we need them, but we don't anticipate even needing them this year. So those are our findings. So I'm sure that was as thrilling for you as it was for me.
And I know, thank you, Christy, I really appreciate it. And they spent, I told them it was going to be 2 hours, I think they spent 4 hours here. And then we forgot about my kids that were at Vacation Bible School and someone else that picked them up. So it was great, it was a great morning. But it was good, and we have to then report to the district our findings. So as of September 1st, I can send everything into the district. So they do keep tight tabs on us. Okay, I know this is really hard to read on this, so I don't know if anybody has a hard copy. We have hard copies printed for the budget. Basically, and I'm talking for Leslie because Leslie is our new treasurer, but because this is her first year, I said I would take this over since this was basically done on her way in. So then the next time she will speak about our profit and losses. So when we went through as a board to see what we spent last year, so our total income for this year is going to be $84,175. It is awesome. And we did come into this year because we did not spend all our money last year with a balance of $30,000 in the checking account. So with that being said, we like to keep a buffer of $15,000 just in case, because you never know what the school might need, what may happen. So what we did this year is we figured out, and it's a budget, what we'll basically make in fundraising. So we've got Angels, which we do usually do a spirit night there. Apex Fun Run is our biggest money maker, that's $67,500. Artsonia, which we'll talk about more, we made over 1,000. Box Tops, we did over 1,200. Chick-fil-A nights, we did 1,000. Chili Spirit nights, we did 500. We had some donations of $500. Family Fun Night, $7,000. Kona Ice, over 800. Skoola, 800. Spirit Wear, 500. Sprouts, which is our school supplies, 600. So that's what we kind of came up with that number. And then we have expenses. So there's just different expenses down here. Of course, we've got our administrative expenses. We do get bounce checks. We have bank fees. It happens. So we have to put that on there. We are insured and bonded. So that costs about $400 a year to be insured and bonded. Supplies and postage. And that comes out of like any paper we need, copies. We're using the copy center this year, which is very inexpensive, but we need to make copies. Our website costs us about $200 a year to run, and things like that. Then campus activities. That is Amanda's column, which we talked to Mrs. Crane about what she wanted this year. With her being a new principal, the school is still new. She is getting talking with the staff and the teachers and finding out where we want this $45,000 spent this year. So she wants to get a good handle before we put it, so it's easier if we put it as a wish list for her. We're doing a new forms this year. It's going to be grant forms, so she is going to get from the teachers, like, how is it educationally going to affect our students with what you want? She can take conference money out of this if she sends any teachers to conferences, but we're hoping by next year, we talked about this at the meeting, we're hoping by next year that we'll have a project. It's something that the teachers want in the school, but most right now it's technology. But if we just put technology, she'd have to spend it on technology, so it's kind of better keeping it as a wish list item, so she's a little bit more flexibility if the teachers say they want to do something else, like an outside garden or an outdoor learning center. So it gives her a little bit more flexibility, keeping it as a wish list. Staff requests. We've got money for Nurse Hensel. She does need to buy underwear for kids, and she was pulling it out of her own pocket, guys. So she does look for anybody that has any old shorts, like things that your kids have grown out of, pants, because kids do have accidents, and she does keep a stock there, so we'll definitely give her. And then she also has the hearing and vision ladies come in, and she provides them lunch that day because they are retired nurses that come in to test our kids' hearing and vision. So we do have that. So we give her a little bit of money for that. Scholarship is anybody that can't afford to go on a field trip. So we've got scholarship money that goes through Joey O'Brien. We don't know who they are. She just anonymously puts it in, and we accept it and write the checks to the school. The counselor she also has some money to buy some books, and she has popcorn parties for the kids. So she has popcorn. So we take care of that. And then the literacy library's got a little bit of money left for baggies and some supplies. And then fundraising, this is the expenses basically to run things. Apex Fund Run, the teachers with Apex, also the teachers get 10% of what they make from their classroom. So they actually get it back in the form of things for their classrooms. They love that. Box tops, we can mail them in. Family Fun Night, anybody that's not been here, Family Fun Night is we keep it very inexpensive. It's $10 a kid. Preschoolers are free, and we provide everything. The only thing you have to pay for is food that night, because we have food trucks come in. So that's the only thing that's extra. It's bounce houses, it's photo booths, it's face painting, cake walks, games. I don't know what else we got. March 3rd. It's a Friday night from 5 to 7. Sorry, I'm taking Erica's. I know, Erica's still going to go over. You're fine. Okay, no, it's okay. We like to do it early, but it is. The kids love it. And when they see the bounce houses come in, oh my goodness, it is. And we keep the bounce houses in the gym for safety so they don't blow away, because that field is like a wind tunnel at times. Spirit nights, we do put balloons out and things like that. And then Sprouts school supplies, we spend a little bit of money on Sprouts. So our total expenses. And then we've got PBIS support, which is Minute to Win It. Anybody that does not know what Minute to Win It is, the kids can save their Tiger tips up and go play against teachers. And they're fun names. It's like trying to get, they were doing something with stockings. They had to get this stocking over them. They had to do stacked chapsticks on either end. And it was timed to a minute. So they have a blast. It is so much fun to see them up and challenging their teachers and the staff. And then Watchdog. So Watchdog's another great program where we have the dads come in. So we have a pizza party coming up on Monday night, the 12th. If you've not sent your form in, so it's not just fathers, it can be grandfathers or uncles. Anyone that wants to help out in the school to get a list, they can hang out with the kids, they have lunch, and they get different jobs. They check all the doors on the outside, make sure they're all locked during the day. It's another added safety, and the kids love seeing the fathers here. So that's a great program. So if you want any more information, that is on Monday night, and just sign up for that. So totally, our expenses are $99,450. And then the balance on hand was 31, and so this should be great for this year. So does anybody have any questions? I know it was a lot of information on the budget.
I have a question.
Yes,
Last year, y'all had the staff appreciation.
we do.
Is
It is, it got cut off, Amy. It's $3,500 again this year. It's $3,500 for staff appreciation. Yeah, it's down in the bottom. Sorry, thank you, Amy, for bringing that up, yeah. So, and we try to do as much, and the only thing we ask for is a couple luncheons during the year to provide some events, but the PTO basically pays for most of it. We try to keep it low-key. Anything else? Any other questions? Okay. At this time, I would like to motion that we can pass this budget this year. So can I get a second, or someone to motion it? Roberta motions and Tangeline seconds it. Thank you. Okay, and this is posted on our website. So if anybody has any questions, please don't hesitate to ask where our money's going. We are transparent. Everything is posted on our website. Our minutes of our executive meetings, our general meetings, everything's posted on our website. So, okay. I'm going to pass this over to Erica now that I've spoken too much.
Hello, everyone. Okay, so here's some important dates. Chick-fil-A nights are going to be a little bit different this year. They used to start at 3 o'clock. Now they start at 4. They run from 4 to 10. And we do have the specific dates. The first one is October 5th. The next one is November 30th. Then February 8th. And then April 5th. And we'll be sending out information before through the Tiger Talks and letting your kids know exactly what it is. This year, the portion of the sales that we get back is also structured a little bit differently. Before, it was just a flat 10% that comes back to the school. This year, sales up to $1,500 will still be at that flat 10%. Anything between $1,500 and $2,000 is going to be at 15%, and then anything over $2,000 is going to be at 20%. So there's a huge opportunity for us here to be making a lot of money. Gift cards are always the best. You can buy them at the same time and use them throughout the school year whenever you need to. Okay, so the Apex Fun Run. The Fun Run is actually on October 27th. And it is our major fundraiser for the entire year. We don't ask kids to go out door to door selling things or donating anything. It is an amazing program that runs for about a week and a half in the school. There are people from the Apex program that come into the school and are with our kids every single day, teaching them different things. This year is Apex Legends, and they will learn each day. They go through learn, engage, give, empower, never quit, and do. And every day they have a different activity that goes with that and engages the children in each one of those topics. Last year, we gave over $6,000 back to the teachers here at school, and they can use that inside their classroom to buy anything that they need for their classroom. So the teachers love this. There'll be a pep rally on October 18th at 1:15 in the gym to set this off, and it's a lot of fun. They come in, it's high energy, the kids are there, everyone's yelling and screaming, it's awesome. So if you can make it, please do. Again, we will be sending out all this information in due time. The fun run is October 27th, and we will need help. We'll need volunteers to help us. It's a lot of fun. You're out there with your kids. You can either cheer them on, or you can actually be with us, marking their shirts, cheering them on. The money that we get from the actual Apex that does not go to the teachers is used for technology to improve our schools since we're such a new school. Box tops. Box tops this year are being done by Dina Holstein, and we've changed a little bit of the process. The parents, all you need to do is, everyone got this or should have gotten this in their Tuesday folders. All you need to do for this one is clip out 25 of the box tops and then just turn them into the child's teacher, your child's teacher. The teachers will be collecting them, and then as 4 times during the school year, we will then go in and collect them from the teachers, and the teacher that has the most box tops from their classroom will be getting a little reward. So that's an incentive for the kids to bring it in and to help with the school.
If you don't want to, some people don't want to glue, some people like gluing to these. You can send them in a little baggies, just make sure your kid's name and teacher's name's on there. They will be going into an envelope. We're trying to just be a little bit streamlined. If you can cut them around the lines, we do have ladies that recut them, and do check the expiration dates. I know that sounds crazy, but I tried the first year to throw a couple expired ones in, they copied. And they delete them out. They'll delete them 20 cents out.
Yeah.
So just don't think, is it helpful to glue them? Or it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, some kids like gluing them. Some kids, they love bringing them in and gluing them. Other kids just, like my son, care less. He just wants to bring the baggie in. So it's all what you want to do. But we do make, we make $1,200, and we have $400 sitting at Box Tops. They pay us twice a year. So we'll get a check in November and then another check in June. So it's a great way of us just making some extra money. And if any of your relatives, we'll take any box tops. So. Soup cans, they did. Campbell's decided to get rid of doing, it was costing them too much money for the program. No one's eating soup, I guess. So yeah, so we're just doing box tops this year. We're streamlining.
Okay, moving on. Schoola is another. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh.
Can you give us an example of what different products have box tops? So that they can.
Yes, they are on cereal boxes. Yes, the fluff bags, General Mills. Anything General Mills.
General Mills.
And if you, on this sheet, there is a website that you can go to, and you can actually sign up, and they do little contests on there for our school, where you can win 1,000 box tops or something like that, and it goes to our school. So if you go on and you register and you put in our school, there's more ways than just having to go buy a product and use this little box tops.
Yeah. So it's amazing when products just start singing on, like that you use every day that you didn't know. And HEB, sometimes you know those at the cash register when they slip out this like, sometimes they have box tops, and Dina is our box top, she's right there, you can see. Dina's our coordinator. If you get any of those, send them into school as soon as possible because they do have expiration dates on them and we'll process them. And that's the greatest thing about having a team is that we can send them in at any time. They need it by a certain date, but we can send them in and they will, as long as it's postmarked before that expires, we're good. So they sometimes offer things. Yes?
Do they just have them at the cashiers at HEB?
No, sometimes when they're pushing programs, how they like all of a sudden one of those little coupons will slide out at the end and say you've got 50 box tops. So, yeah, so on your, it's on the receipt on the extra coupons they sometimes give you. Sorry.
Schoola is another program that we do here at school. It's really cool. You take used clothes that your kids don't fit into anymore. And you have 2 ways to send it to them. You can either put your own box together and go and print a label out and you just send it off. You don't pay any shipping at all. They take it off. Or you can order a bag from them, stick in everything that you need, and then send it off, and again, you don't pay any shipping. We get 40% of everything that is sold from anybody that donates from our school. You can also go on to schoola.com and you can see other anything that we have for sale, and then any other places that are for sale. You can get coupons for you to use. It's a really neat program, and you're helping out a lot of different people with it. We're going to have, we made $444 last
step in. And it's amazing because you can see where, oh, so-and-so from New Jersey bought your clothes and you made this much towards your school. So it's kind of cool, and again, it's a way that if you're giving it to Goodwill, you might as well just ship it because it's free. So.
And we'll have at least one, if not two, donation drives throughout the school year. And again, we'll send out more information as that happens. Amazon Smile is something fairly new. Everybody who shops on Amazon can do this and help out your school just by buying whatever it normally is that you buy on Amazon. The only thing is you have to log in through Amazon Smile, not just your Amazon account, and you have to pick what school it is or what organization you want to donate to. It would be
It's West Cypress Hills PTO.
West Cypress Hills PTO. And then it will always use that as your default. And but again, you have to go in through Amazon Smile. They do not track what you buy whatsoever. It's completely private, but 0.5% of the price goes back to the school. So that's another way.
Does it link to your Prime account?
It does link to your Prime account, yes. I've used it, and my main concern was privacy. My husband does not like anybody to know anything, and so that was, I stopped using it because of that, but finding out more about the information, no, nobody tracks what you're buying, just the same way it is on Amazon. It's just a portion of what you're buying goes back into the school.
And if you have your cart loaded up with stuff on your regular account and then you're like, oh, I should have done this on Smile, you can just go to smile.amazon.com and your cart is still there, everything in your cart.
It's
So,
all linked. It's just
yeah.
you have it going instead of typing Amazon in, typing Amazon Smile, and it comes right up. Yeah. Yeah. Just look for it. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it does do that.
They have their own mobile app. They just, yes, it should. Okay. There might be a new Smile app. There might be a new Smile. Yeah. Yes, anybody members of the school. So if you've got grandparents, aunts and uncles that don't have school-age kids, or their school's not participating, we're thrilled to take their money.
It doesn't cost them
I
anything.
can tell it was fundraising for a number of years. We'll take your money. But this is a great way of, it's every day. We're not asking you to do anything different except logging into something different. Because you're going to make those purchases anyway. It's just making money for the school.
Sprouts. Sprouts is what we used this year, and I believe last year also for school supplies. This year, they very nicely donated $1 back to us for every child that ordered. So we got $450 from them. So that was completely unexpected, but very grateful for it. Artsonia is ongoing for those parents that have been here. For those who have not, it is a program that the art teacher has been a part of. They will upload all of your children's artwork, picture form, and then you can go in and either you, your grandparents, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, anybody can go and order different items using the children's artwork. There's spirals, there's notebooks, there's coffee mugs, there's even t-shirts. I mean, anything. My mom has used it a lot and has bought a lot of things for them.
Just so you know, we are going to send something called in Tuesday folders. Next week, I just talked to Ms. Davis this morning. Artsonia we brought in mid-year last year. We need permission. None of the last names will be used. So please go on. You can go on Artsonia and set up. What you'll do is you'll get a code for your child, a specific code for your child. It's the first name and a couple numbers. So no one can go in and just find your kid, because I know that was a big question last year. Can they search? Can they? No. And you have to give permission for people to actually go and look at it. So I have to give permission for my sisters in New Jersey to look at their artwork. And then they get an email saying, oh, Henry has artwork. But it is great. And Ms. Davis has made $1,000 towards the art program. She gets 20% back of all the purchases on there. So it's a phenomenal way of supporting our arts. And the other thing is you've got a kindergarten, now that it's starting, kindergarten through like 5th grader. At the end, they will look at all their art. Because I'll tell you, I've got a bin of artwork that you feel horrible throwing out because you're that bad mom. But I'm like, how many more times do I need to move this? But it's nice you can get it in like one of those like Shutterfly or Snapfish books of all your child's artwork. So that's another nice thing. And if a grandparent wants that, so there's a lot we can do. But it's they keep it through the years and you never get shut down. So if you move schools or if you have an account from another school, we can merge them together. So our Sony is really, so when we moved here, we used it in New Jersey. So Henry's artwork from New Jersey moved down with us. So yeah, so we've got it all in one place. So.
Family Fun Night is March 3rd, and we have a lot of exciting plans for that. We don't have any details just yet. But Quarter Vigil is going to be our quarter waiver hand.
She will be looking for volunteers.
Yes, the coordinator, and we'll definitely be looking for volunteers. And again, we will be sending out more information as we get closer to that time.
Okay, and then I'm gonna add, we're gonna end. Okay. The one thing is spirit wear, you can order your spirit wear online, and that's about it. So
We also have some boards here.
that's about it. Okay, Tinsley, I'm gonna have you call, and then we'll go on to secretaries. Okay.
So this is for one of these little handbags. You can use it how you wish. There's a monogram on here, and you will have to get with me for your specific letter of your name or whatever you want on there. So, go deep.
Go deep.
Go deep. You're like, so even those late people come in. Alright. Crystal K. Black. K.
Okay, and then Tangeline was so nice, and we're gonna also raffle one off for a staff member today also. So the teachers get to be included in this. Okay, I'm gonna hand the microphone back over to our tech guru, our communications person, she's running.
All right, so I've been handling our Facebook page. If you aren't following it or a friend of it, you should be. I just started a Twitter account because Ms. Crane wants all of the teachers to do so I thought, well, I should do what the teachers are doing. With Twitter, I will mostly just repost what the teachers have posted so that if you're only following your child's class, then you can also see what some of the other classes are doing. And I'll highlight some of the district news as well. Our website, I try to keep pretty basic. It's not going to be the most, well, everything on there is relevant, but it's not the most up-to-date news. So calendars are on there, the budget is on there, you know, there's a lot of stuff on there. Different forms you may need as a volunteer, but if you want the latest news that's going on, go take your attendance, then you need to follow Facebook, because that's where I update all the time. We also put things in Tiger Talk, which comes out on Tuesdays, so if you're not getting that, you need to go through the school's website to sign up for that. And I just found out about this, but Lake Travis now has an app. Does anyone have the app yet? It's awesome. So I just took this screenshot from my phone, but that's what you're looking for, is the Lake Travis ISD app. From it, you can visit, it's got all the school calendars. You choose which schools you want to follow, and then it'll highlight their calendars. You can access Schoology, My School Box, the school menus, Text Connect, your child's bus route, sports schedules, their Facebook and Twitter feeds, and more. So if you don't have that app, I highly recommend that. But otherwise, that's how you can find us.
Any questions? Okay, then we get Barbie and Kelly up there.
Good morning. As of this morning, we have 197 families and 60 staff members signed up to be part of the PTO. So, if you have not done it, it is not too late. And with your $10 donation, you get one of these beautiful magnets to put on your car, your refrigerator, whatever you please. And being a part of the PTO does not mean you have to volunteer. Everybody asks that, well, how much do I have to be involved? You can be involved as much as you want or as little as you want. So please join the PTO. It's one of the easiest ways to support your school.
I'm going to talk about teacher appreciation. And so the first thing that's coming up, hopefully, we're just still waiting for that from the spring, is September 16th. I think we'll have a fun donut Friday for the teachers. And so we're going to provide like donuts and kolaches and coffee for them in the teacher's lounge when they arrive, and we'll have some door prizes. If you have a home business and you want to donate anything for your prize, that's great. Or save it for Teacher Appreciation Week, which that'll be a big one. The October luncheon is coming up. In November, we're going to do pies. Where we go around and give the teachers slices of pie and cider and coffee, hot chocolate. January, we'll give the teachers some kind of little gift. And the big one is going to be February, March, and I think March is nothing because of STAR and spring break. And then the big thing is teacher appreciation. Oh, STAR snacks, yeah, for the, yes, you're right.
There's always seven.
Yes, there's always. So I know we have a committee out here somewhere. If you're part of the teacher appreciation committee, you raise your hand because I'm not sure who's on. Thank you all so much. So we will be getting busier, I promise. We're going to start, especially Teacher Appreciation Week. That's a really big week. PTO does the entire week, pretty much. We don't ask the parents to do much of anything that week. We take all that on, just because everyone's so done by then. It's May 1st that they go. Yeah. May 1st, yeah, May 1st. So thank y'all, and we also are part of beautification, and Jennifer Carl is here, and Evelyn Nelson is going to start taking over our cases, and so we're going to get all our school looking very beautiful, and thank you all. All right.
Where's my Carnitas moms? Yes, there's still spots. Yeah. Got it, Kelly? Okay.
So my name is Kelly Peters, and so not only am I Vice President of Membership with Barbie, I'm also one of the Cardiva's moms. And this is,
Really loud. Fanny Wood, and I'm leading Carnitas this year for fifth grade girls.
Hi, I'm Linda Acuna, and I'm working with these guys plus Linnea Falk, who will be
Yes,
with us
that's
to head up Cardenas this year.
there's 4 moms, and what Cardiva's is, it's kind of gives you a little, it's actually a character club for girls, for fifth grade girls. And it's been around for, I believe, the last 12 years. It started by Lisa Johnson, who's this amazing woman. And what it's for is to help them teach and encourage the girls, help them to learn that they're created uniquely for a purpose, and help them to know, it's kind of actually to help them get ready for 6th grade. It's to teach them values, like they do a little thing on truthfulness, on not gossiping, on including others, really looking out for girls that need a friend and including them. And it's not going to be old Miss Kelly up there talking, or old Miss Mamie, or old Miss Linda, or old Miss Linnea. There's 2 really sweet girls, senior girls from Lake Travis High School are going to come, and they're actually going to be the ones talking to the girls. So then the girls really can see, hey, this is, they can really relate to somebody, not to me, I'm 2 years old. But to the other girls. And so they really get to ask questions to these senior girls, and it's apparently, from what I've heard from the last few moms that have done it, it's just an amazing year to really help these girls get ready for 6th grade, to have the fortitude and the, just the self-confidence is kind of what we're hoping for.
Are the girls the same every year or they're different?
It's only 5th grade girls. It's 5th grade
And
girls.
then the actual
Oh, the seniors, no, there's 2 seniors. Is that what you're talking about?
same from last year?
No, new girls. They'll be
And how
seniors.
do they get chosen?
So Lisa Johnson, she chooses them. They're typically, happens is they are actually, someone recommends them, or the girls hear about it. A lot of girls, she says, will actually call her and say, oh my gosh, I've heard about this club and I really want to be part of it. It really is on my heart to help these little girls to, just with their self-confidence. And so then Lisa will, call and ask around and make sure the girls would be a good fit. So we'll have one girl that will be here every Thursday, and then we'll have one rotating girl, only because in senior high school, y'all probably don't know this yet, I didn't. There's an A schedule and a B schedule, and so in order for them to be able to be here every Thursday, they have to be on some sort of schedule. And so there's some girls that wasn't working, but we'll have one girl that will always be here, and then we'll have a rotating girl, a rotating senior, yeah. And then, so we meet every Thursday after school from 2:45 to 4. We're going to have to start off with a September 29th with a kickoff party. All girls are welcome. If your daughter has something on Thursdays and she just can't go to the meetings, we're having 2 parties. There's a party in the fall and a party in the spring. And even if she doesn't go to Cardivas every Thursday, she is welcome to come to the party. Even if she can only go every other Thursday, they are welcome to come. There's not a start date or a finish date. They can come at any time. If they don't want to, they're like, I don't want to be a part of that. And then they hear from their friends, hey, it's really fun, but they haven't been going for the last couple months, and now they're inspired to go. Absolutely. Everyone is welcome. They just have to be like Travis.
I want all the 5th grade girls.
Yeah.
All 5th grade girls. So, because this is so important because, as my daughter's already, she never cried and all of a sudden we're hormonal and she's like weeping for no reason. And I think it's probably just going to get worse from here, and I've been warned. But the thing is that when she, kind of is experiencing these meltdowns, what is shocking to me is how alone she feels. And, it's not until she's going through this that I remembered when, way back when, for myself. And so we want all these girls because it's super important that they don't feel alone. And they just do, and so we want all of them to feel like they're a part of something. We want them to, feel like they have other peers to turn to. And what's brilliant about this program, what Lisa started and what she's learned, is the whole basis of it was when you get to middle school and you are drowning with all these people that merge from all these schools, there's a Cardivas at every elementary school in this district. And so when learning the same core values and how to treat each other and how to treat yourself and how you are seen and not what the world defines you as, these are all things that are going to be topics that we talk about, and just uniting these girls in a sisterhood. And when they go to these parties, all the girls from all the Cardivas from the other schools will be there too. And so we want them to see all these faces. So when they make it to middle school and they're scared to death, they can look around and recognize these girls that have been taught these same values, and that they truly have this sisterhood of people that they can count on and hold each other accountable to be sweet to each other and not be mean. And so that's why we want all of them. There is no membership, there's no requirement. We want them anytime we can get them, even if it's for one meeting. Because we just want to love on them and we want them to know each other and who each other are. And then I want them all, because I want our girls to be supporting the middle school. I want our girls to be the example set for how you should act in the middle school and treat each other. So I'm super stoked about it, and I really hope you guys pass the word down to other parents of 5th grade girls and just get them to stay after school on Thursdays. We'll figure out how to get them. I just want them all.
So my daughter's in 1st grade, so I don't have a 5th grader yet, but have you guys heard of the kindness campaign? Because they do where, I don't know if that would even be an option or maybe an option for next year, where they can come out, I don't know, it's probably like one time, and they do like a huge campaign about that. And also I don't know if they do t-shirts, but I know they could like order them on Etsy or something, but it's, you know how like the movie Mean Girls, it's like you can't sit with us, the shirts are you can sit with us. So that might be a possibility for like a little fundraiser for you guys.
Look, you know what, and that's actually something to bring up to Joey and Brian to do, and that's something that the PTO would definitely sponsor, something like that. We also have Oveus, which is our anti-bullying program, and they do bring in different speakers, and they're also pairing with Rachel's Challenge, the district, the middle school starting it, and there's a kickoff on September 21st, and it's open to the entire community. And that is also another program to bring it to another level. So they're taking this Oveus with Rachel's Challenge, and they're going to start bringing it down to the elementary and then up to the high school level, that they're starting like in the middle school, because that is the ages. So going into where they find a lot of the bullying happening. Not that it happens everywhere, but, so yeah, but Joey and Brian would be definitely somebody to speak to about that program, and maybe they can bring to the campus. And we've brought different speakers on, and they are bringing guest speakers to Carnivus also to talk to the girls this year. And then we are looking to expand. And Joanne can be a counselor this year. I know that she joked about it, but it's true. With having an assistant principal, she'll actually be able to do her job, and we'll be able to support her with more programs like that. So any other questions for these things?
I do want to say that I'm so sorry, Ken.
What one is
Other than the bullying, do you have anything for boys?
No. No, I'm a mother of a boy, no. Because Sarah, yes, and it's Boy Scouts, because I said it's Boy Scouts.
Cub Scouts, that doesn't parade, 445 is an awesome act. It's a great, my son's a Boy Scout now, he's almost a Star Scout.
Yeah.
And he started as a tiger, and went all the way through,
And we have over 75 boys in the Cub Scout Pack 445, because Henry is still in it, he's going to be close to. So, and they're actually having their meeting here to get new, and you can join Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts at any time. The roundup is next Wednesday at 6 o'clock here on site. So we're looking at, but that's another great program for boys, and that's, we've done a lot. Yes, and I know. And I agree with you. I'm a mom of a boy. I've got a fifth grade boy, so I get it. And these ladies are here, so we gotta get moving because it's after 5 after 10. But these ladies are here to answer any questions, and they can go into more detail. And I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. And now we've got
some of the, I think there's been a little bit of rumblings with the fifth grade girls about, it's just a meeting, the counselor talk, or it's the teacher's talk. So kind of tell them it's not.
No, it's going to be
Your
fun.
girl's going to come talk to you. It's going to be fun. We are going to have fun.
And Jessica's daughter was in my daughter was in, she's in 8th grade now, and she still remembers her pretty meeting. Okay, so now we've got the Literacy Partners Program. This is a district program that Dr. Lancaster, our superintendent, feels extremely passionate about. And I'm going to hand over the microphone to Karen Doman to explain it more.
Thank you for having me. I hope you can hear me. Anyhow, you have a wonderful turnout. I've been to many of these throughout the district the last couple of years, and you have to be very proud of yourself, especially your PTO and all of your fundraising. I'm jealous. Literacy Partners is a volunteer organization. Everyone, including myself, that is in the district, we are all volunteers. We are recruiting volunteers from the community to come and read to the students. And why are we doing that? Our goal is that every child is reading at grade level by 3rd grade. And what's so important about that? I know you have a reading program. Lake Travis has an excellent district and does a good job in actually educating your kids. But there's kids that were like me, struggle with reading. And if you don't learn to read by 3rd grade, after that, it's you have to read to learn. And so they're going to struggle all across the board in all subjects. The commitment for Literacy Partners is 30 minutes a week, November through April. It's for people like me. I'm retired. I have 8 grandchildren. So your parents, your neighbors that are retired are excellent recruits, and we can use you. We were the second district to join 3 years ago when I started at Lakeway Elementary. And actually, I'm filling in today for Pat Hodges, who is your literacy partner coordinator, and she is on vacation. So I got to come back, and I'm so happy to be here. But because of the need, and you may not realize that, all across the United States, literacy at 3rd grade is the crisis or the reason why they develop prisons. Because there's a 40% chance if you don't read by 3rd grade that you're going to be a dropout. And then it goes into juvenile delinquents and on and on and on. So yes, there are some students here that aren't able to read, but you can make a difference in their life, not only just being there for them every week and being a reading buddy, but actually help them. You take 2 students on in that 30-minute time, and you read them with them individually, and then they read a little bit to you, and you do some comprehension questions. It's very easy, it's very rewarding. As they just said, how Dr. Lancaster has embraced this program. It's been very successful. Today we have 7 districts in the greater Austin area. There's one in San Antonio, and there's also one in Lakewood. So get a part of the movement. Recruit at your churches, your organizations, if you know businesses that can give time release. That is a huge, huge issue for the person that can actually work and still benefit by volunteering in the community. I have some brochures. Come by and talk to me. I would love to meet you. Thank you for letting me visit with you today.
Okay guys, I'm the closer. I'm gonna go fast. We'll get through this, get you out of here, and if you're a homeroom mom, we'll talk more in detail over here. So, I am Jessica Walker. I am the PTO VP and volunteer coordinator. I am passionate about volunteering. I've been able to do it, had the privilege to do it since my daughter is now a 6th grader every year in some form or fashion. So I've done it all, I get it. So if you have any questions, I'm 100% here anytime, just to email away. I want to make sure everybody knows we have a general volunteer sign-up genius with lots and lots of opportunities. It restarts every year, so if there's something that you're interested in doing, take a look on there. If there's something that's not on there that you feel there's a need, holler at me. I'll throw it on there. We'll make it happen. It's just a organizational tool to make sure everybody can help where they want to help and when they want to help. And just because you sign up doesn't mean that you are tied to that. If the dates don't work out, it just means, hey, I'm interested, call me when it happens, and then we'll go from there. Let's see here. When you walked in, there was the Lake Travis ISD Volunteer Handbook. That just has a general guideline to being a volunteer. The biggest part of being a volunteer is you cannot work with a child one-on-one. If that's something you do, then you turn into more of a mentor. You have to do a criminal background check. It's a little bit more in-depth. So when you're volunteering, you're helping broadly at the school. You're not studying and reading like you would be with a literacy partner. That's a different sort of program. So I do encourage everyone to take a look at it, read it. It's got district policies and all that good stuff. Rapture, that's the computer when you walk in and get your name tag. Always, 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 when you're here to help, log in as a volunteer. The school benefits from the hours and the volunteers that they get. So it's super important that when you're here and you're helping, log in as a volunteer. Also, once you hit 100 hours, you become a Best Club member. You get a cute little card, and you get tickets into a free sports thing or activity. And then they do a drawing at the end of the year that from each campus, and you get a free camp. So I've done that before. It's pretty awesome. Question?
Why is that question? I was just curious, how do they benefit from the hours that you volunteer in?
That is a great question. I don't remember specifically the
okay.
answer to right this moment. Yeah?
Actually, the school gets money back from the state from our volunteer hours. So there is a perk for volunteering for the school. So yes, they do look at all the volunteer hours and they do give back money because it's money not spent on salaries, basically.
What Susie had said. Another important part of volunteering is our confidentiality pledge. What happens at the school stays at the school. You see a kiddo having a hard time, you That's your neighbor's kid. We don't go to the playground and talk about it. Just that common, courtesy rule. It's just to make sure we protect what's going on, and you're here to help, and so on and so forth. If you didn't sign one of those, please grab one on your way out. Like I said, it's just super important that we all pledge that we are here, confidentiality of what's going on. Homeroom parents. There was the West Cypress homeroom parent handbook. I believe they all got taken. If you still need one, you didn't get one, I can absolutely get you a electronic copy, or I can make you a copy and send it home with your kiddo. Just let me know. It's got some key points I want to go over as a whole, just quick stuff about parties and such, and rules and guidelines. We follow lots of rules, state rules, district rules, school rules, PTO rules. So I promise when things come up, it's just not something I go, I think we should do that. It's generally a guideline, and there's reasoning behind it, but I'm always happy to answer a question or look into something if you're questioning why something's happening. We'll find out why, or if we want to change it, we certainly can talk to the higher-ups and see what we can do about it. One big thing that happened last year was the food and nutrition. We had the addition of the fruit and veggie with Cupcake Friday. That's also carries over to parties. So anytime you have a class party, you always need to have a fruit or veggie option for your class. So that's something we'll talk about more later. Room parents, in the handbook are the party dates. Our winter holiday party will be Wednesday, December 14th. Our Valentine's Day party will be February 10th. That's on a Friday. And the end of the year parties will be Wednesday, May 31st. What is not in the handbook, but I will quickly go through, are the times. They're the same for every party. So if the kindergarten parties are always the same time, no matter if it's the winter, Valentine, or end of the year. So kinder parties start at 12:20. First grade is at 9:45. Second grade is at 9. Third grade is at 1:40. Fourth grade is at 1. And fifth grade is at 11:45. One big thing homeroom parents do, will send communication via something from the PTO or administration. So sometimes if you're not a homeroom parent, you may get some general just school knowledge going on outside of the normal Tiger Talk that comes out on Tuesdays. So just kind of keep an eye out for those. And not very often, we don't use that, but sometimes there's just points we need to really get across. In the front office is the teachers and staff members' favorites page. That's just a guide if you want to get and treat your teacher or a staff member to something. It's just a guide to what they like. So, help them get good stuff that they might want, or if you want to treat them, or things they may need. Also, we do adoptive staff members. That means each homeroom class adopts a general staff member. So, for example, my fourth grade class that my daughter's in, her adoptive staff member might be the PE teacher. Just so when it's time to treat for holidays or teacher appreciation, they also get a little love as well. That list is on the back of the homeroom parent handbook.
The handbook's also on the website.
Yes, it is.
The handbook is on the website.
Also in the handbook are sample and approved letters and that you can pre-approve and send out without having to get permission. Ms. Crane did ask for all communication to be emailed to her and then approved before sending out to class. We will get into that more in our meeting here in just a moment. And I'm here for you. Anything you need, seriously. Any questions? You need help planning a party, you need me to pick up paper plates for your class, just tell me. I want to make this easy. Being a volunteer should be fun, it shouldn't be overwhelming, it should be something you enjoy, and if you find yourself where you just got too much and you need help, absolutely will help you. I mean, it doesn't matter what grade, I don't care if we've never met, just call me or email me, find me. I'm seriously, absolutely here to help you in any way, shape, or form. So, thank you guys for hanging out with us. And if you're homeroom parents, come with me over here. If you have general volunteer questions, Suzanne's going to cover that. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.